Welcome to another edition of Mark's Inspiration. Glad you could join me today. Subscribe, smash the like button, and hit the notification bell. We got a video coming out every day, which I'm sure will be of use to you. Today's topic is, what is today's topic? Energy, Nikola Tesla, and what you desire in life. Think about that. I talk about some different things here. I talk about women, I talk about relationships. Everything is relationships, and everything is the relationship you have within yourself. That is the most important relationship you can have. How do you expect to have a great relationship with a woman, which I think we spend way too much time focusing on? Okay, how do you expect to have a great relationship with a woman if you don't have a relationship with the man you see in the mirror? It's impossible. You have to love yourself. Yes, I know that doesn't sound very manly, but you do. You have to have love for yourself within yourself before you can transmit that to anyone. Think about a skill you have, a skill that you've developed over years. Now, you can share that and teach that to someone by example and by telling them, only because you have that skill within yourself. Okay, you are not going to attract anyone to love you unless you first love yourself. We need to become, or have to become, a vibrational match to what it is we desire. You want a patient, kind, loving woman? Are you a patient, kind, loving man? These are questions you need to ask yourself. Everyone wants what they want, but what they attract into their life is what they are. How can you expect to get a patient, kind, loving woman if you get pissed off every time you're driving down the road and someone cuts you off? Or if you're angry at your kids, if you were married and you're divorced, or if you're angry at your ex-wife? You will attract angry people into your life. Any kind of resentment or anger you hold within yourself, you're holding it against yourself. One of my great mentors told me, who's passed on now, anger eats up the container it's stored in. Okay, resentment only destroys you. It's like drinking poison, as they say, and expecting the other person to die. All these things within you will attract people to you who have the same character attributes. If you want a loving, kind, beautiful wife, then you need to be a loving, kind, beautiful man. Now, that doesn't mean that you're going to be simping for this woman or you're going to be giving her everything she wants. You have to love yourself enough to learn and to know how women want to be loved by a man. I do follow the golden rule. Treat others as you want to be treated. Now, with women, it's a little different. They do not want to be treated the same way I, as a man, want to be treated. But I have to discover how women want to be treated. Not how they say they want to be treated, but how they really want to be treated, what they respond favorably to, what they like, what makes them feel alive. Now, that's a form of loving women. You have to love women enough to give them what they want. Not what you think they want, but what they really want. Whether that be in a dating situation, a relationship, a marriage, whatever. Women are just as disappointed as you are when they start going out with you and all of a sudden they find out that you are not the man you presented yourself to be. That's why you hear things like, honey, I just need some space. Honey, it's not you, it's me. Honey, I love you, but I'm just not in love with you. Can we just be friends? Oh, I mean, it's a big disappointment to you, of course, especially if it comes out of left field or in a surprise, like you're surprised to hear it. But the deal is, they're disappointed too, because you are not the man she thought you were. And that's why it all goes back to, you have to become the man that attracts women. I don't care what kind of gimmicks, pickup lines, or whatever you use. That may get you laid, that may get you the woman for a week or two, but unless you become the man that these things emanate from naturally, and you are that man, you will not maintain whatever it is you want. Whether it be a one-night stand, you get a one-night stand with him, okay, but that won't last long. She'll tell her friends that you're not the man she thought you were. So you won't get many more one-night stands unless you move to different areas. But really what you're searching for is something within yourself. You think that a relationship is going to fill some emptiness or some void in you. Many times men search for a woman like their mother, even if they hated their mother. I know I have done it. I didn't hate my mother, but I did search for that in a woman, or we are attracted to that because that is what we are familiar with. Now, you have to look objectively at the women you have gone out with, or in my case, the women I've been married to also, and the ones I've gone out with. What was it about them that attracted you to them? And what was it about you that attracted you to them that is similar to how your relationship with you and your mother was? Okay, because if things aren't working out in your relationships, you need to tweak that. You can't change them. Many times people will tell you, oh, you'll find the right woman. She just wasn't a good woman for you. I have met some really great women, beautiful women, and they turn into the same woman as I go out with them. Now, why is that? Because I am leading them in that direction. I had a girl tell me one time, she says, why are you staying with me? Why do you stay with me then if you're not happy? I said, because if I don't, I'll find myself laying here having the same conversation. We were discussing a situation which I wasn't pleased with. I will find myself discussing the same situation exactly like this with another girl. She'll have a different face, but it'll be the same thing. And that's very true. Whatever you run away from, you're going to run into, because everything emanates from within you. I know it doesn't seem like it does, but it does. Let me read this. I think Nikola Tesla, if you don't know him, he was one of the greatest inventors of all time. This guy was a genius, and this is what he said. I like his quote. If you wish to understand the universe, think of energy, frequency, and vibration. Hold the thoughts for a prolonged period of time and practice becoming the vibrational match to what you want. It's in every spiritual text ever written. Nikola Tesla. And that is so true. You have got to become the vibrational match to what you want. Everything is energy. You are energy. Everything you see is energy. We think it's solid, but in reality, it's energy. Scientists have proven this. There it is, the scientific proof again. Really, the scientists are just proving what the great mystics have been saying for thousands of years, that your thoughts do create matter, that matter is only energy. Your thoughts affect matter. Everything that you see, and I've said this before, look around you in your room right now. Look at your computer, whatever device you're watching me on. All these things were created within the mind first. They were energy. They were but a thought before they ever became a reality. This camera that I'm using to speak to you now was created within the mind of man. So if you want the perfect relationship, and every relationship is perfect, even if it's terrible for you right now, because it's exactly where it's supposed to be for you to learn whatever it is you need to learn, to grow, to become more conscious, to rise in consciousness. That is why you are here, is to rise in consciousness. At least that's my belief. You can choose your own beliefs, whatever work for you. But you do have control over your life and the manifestations and the objective realities in your life. Not directly, but if you can control your mind, which you can, and your thoughts, and you can change and become what you want to be, to attract into your life whatever it is you want to experience. But you have to change within. You have to rise in consciousness. Okay, and you do that by meditation, prayer, affirmations, prayer, however you choose to word it. Physical exercise. You are an emotional, spiritual, and physical being, or metaphysical if you don't like the word spiritual. Okay, you have to exercise all of those parts. Like a ship in the harbor, if it doesn't go out, it falls apart quicker than if it's out there sailing the oceans. even during the storms the storms, I wanted to say the storms of life. You will run into storms of life also. And these are the things that make you stronger. You have to experience life. You have to live life emotionally, spiritually, physically. Okay? And as you do that, you will rise in consciousness. Get out from behind your computer. Get out from behind your Xbox. Get out there in the real world. Talk to people. Meet people. Yeah, not everybody's going to be wonderful to you. I'll give you an example. I have a teacher that I went through school with, and he kind of left me alone. He didn't bother me. I didn't do my homework. I was a freshman. But that guy made a difference in my life because he accepted me for who I was. He knew I didn't like school. He tried to help me, but I just wasn't into it. And for some reason, I've always thought highly of him because he accepted me for who I was at the time. He somehow knew that that school was not for me. Well, I have written a book and published it, as you know, Coming Back Home, The True Adventure of, me, Mark Daniels. Okay, it's a great inspirational book with a lot of life lessons in it. It's instructional and can help you in your journey. Okay, but I thought the other day I had an intuitive thought to take him a book and sign it for him. So I did it. I went by there at 8 o'clock last night, knocked on his door. I've never done that to him before. I don't usually do that. But I did it because I was intuitively moved to do it. He came to the door. I could tell he's like surprised, like, what are you doing here? At least that was my perception. I said, hey, Mr. Z, I said, I wrote a book and published it. And I said, I wanted to give you a copy. Merry Christmas. And I said, thank you. And I gave it to him. And he said, oh, okay, well, thank you. And he was kind of standoffish a little bit. He was probably surprised at 8 o'clock at night, it's dark here, that I was coming by his house. Okay. But I did that. And I signed it, and I said, you're a teacher that made a difference in my life. Teachers like you are the reason, I can't say I stayed in school or something like that. But anyway, I praised him, and I thanked him for what he did for me. Now, he probably never realized that he'd done anything for me, but he did. And I want to tell you, you never know what difference you're going to make in someone's life with a word or a gesture. You just never know. I have had people come up to me years later and said, hey, I was listening to you speak one time and you said this, whatever it was, and it really helped me. First, I don't remember saying it. I don't remember the people because when you speak, there's a crowd of people and I can't remember everybody in the crowd, but they do that. And people have spoken to me in life and said things to me that years later made a difference in my life. So if you have an intuitive nudge to say something to someone, say it. If you have an intuitive nudge to do something, do it. Don't rationalize it away. Do it. You have to remember that there is a higher part of you, the God part of you, that knows more than you could ever know. Listen to that. Listen to that part of you. Get in touch with it by meditation, by affirmation, by reading, by physical exercise. All these things make you better. And guess what? If you're better, you will attract better opportunities, better clients, better women into your life. Become what you want to attract in your life. That's all you have to do. You don't have to chase. Chasing signifies that something is running away from you. In this way, you attract to you what you want. As Nikola Tesla said, become the vibrational match to what it is you want in your life. Rise in consciousness to what it is you desire to have within your life. See it within yourself. Visualization is another important thing. Every day I spend time visualizing the future I want. When you catch yourself reminiscing about something or resenting something, change that to a visualization of what you want in your future. Because the future is now, because all we have is the present moment. This is all you have. Tomorrow at this time, it will be now. Yesterday at this time, it was now. And today, it's now. Everything is now. The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle is a good book. I haven't read that for a long time. Everything is now. There is no past. There is no future. And there is a part of you that can see this everything that is now. Get in touch with that part of you. That is the part of you that will lead you to everything you desire in life. Not so much so you can have that, but more so that you can experience the power of being a creator, the creator that you are. In some of the old wise texts, mystical texts, it says, you are made in the image and likeness of your creator. The image, the imagination. The imagination is your creative ability. Your imagination is what will bring you down or propel you to the future that you desire. I hope this has been of help to you. If you would like to get my help personally, you can contact me at marksinspirationalguidance@gmail.com. I thank you very much for being a subscriber. Have a great day.